They say betrayal never comes from enemies, it comes from those closest to you. I learned that the hard way. My name's Jordan Reyes, and a year ago, I was riding high on a breakthrough idea, an eco-friendly tech product I believed could disrupt the market. I had poured months of research, sleepless nights, and every spare dollar into planning my startup, but what I didn't realize was that the biggest threat to my dream wasn't competition, it was my best friend of 10 years, Tyler. Tyler and I were inseparable. We met back in college, bonded over our love for innovation, and even talked about one day launching a company together. Naturally, when my ideas started taking shape, he was the first person I confided in. I trusted him with everything, my sketches, market research, even my prototype roadmap. I thought I was sharing a vision with someone who believed in me. I didn't know I was handing over the blueprint for betrayal. It all came crashing down 3 months later. I was scrolling through LinkedIn when I saw a sponsored post from a new startup. The logo stopped me cold, it looked eerily familiar. My heart started racing as I clicked through the page, and there it was, my idea, my concept, my pitch, even the product name I had brainstormed with Tyler over late-night pizza. But this time, it wasn't attached to my name, it was his, Tyler Reyes, CEO and founder. I froze. For a second I couldn't even breathe. I kept thinking, maybe it's just a coincidence, maybe he talked to me about something similar and I'm overreacting. But the more I dug, the clearer it became, this wasn't a coincidence, it was a calculated move. Tyler had taken every detail I shared with him in confidence and passed it off as his own. The betrayal hit me harder than I expected. It wasn't just about the idea, it was the years of friendship, the loyalty I thought we had. I felt gutted. I couldn't sleep. I stopped working on my own version of the project because every time I opened my laptop, I saw his face, his name, my idea. People talk about heartbreak in relationships, but no one tells you how deep it cuts when a friend betrays you for profit. At first, it looked like Tyler was on the fast track to success. He landed a few angel investors, got featured in a couple of startup blogs, and even did a podcast interview where he bragged about his journey as a young entrepreneur. But here's the thing about stolen ideas, you can replicate the concept, but not the conviction. Tyler didn't understand the real value behind what I had built. He launched too soon, rushed the development, and cut corners on the tech. Within weeks of shipping the first units, the complaints started rolling in. The product malfunctioned, batteries overheated, a few social media influencers who had hyped the launch started posting scathing reviews. Then came the worst blow, his supplier publicly pulled out, citing ethical concerns. Turns out, one of the investors had done their homework and uncovered internal emails that proved Tyler had pitched an idea that wasn't originally his. Word got around fast, the startup folded within 6 months. I watched the whole thing unfold from a distance, not out of spite, but with this surreal mix of sadness and vindication. Karma didn't just come quietly, it showed up with a microphone and receipts. And in the wreckage, something became crystal clear, integrity isn't optional in business, it's the foundation. Without it, even the flashiest ideas crumble. That experience changed me more than I ever expected. For weeks after Tyler's startup collapsed, I was still dealing with the emotional fallout. The betrayal didn't magically disappear just because things went wrong for him. But slowly, something shifted. I stopped seeing myself as a victim and started seeing the power in what I'd learned. First, I realized that trust is earned, not given. Just because someone's close to you doesn't mean they're aligned with your values. I had shared my idea out of excitement and loyalty, but I hadn't protected it. No NDAs, no legal safeguards, nothing to stop someone from walking off with months of my hard work. That won't happen again. Now, before I even sketch a concept on paper, I involve legal counsel, I keep detailed documentation. I've also built a network of fellow entrepreneurs who operate with integrity, people who challenge me to grow and hold me accountable to my ethics. I learned that ideas are powerful, but it's how you bring them to life that defines you. Tyler tried to steal my vision, but he couldn't replicate the heart behind it, and in business, heart matters more than hype. Today, I'm not just back on track, I'm ahead of where I ever thought I'd be. After taking time to rebuild, I refined my original idea, made improvements, and partnered with a development team I trust completely. This time, everything is protected legally and supported by people who share my vision and my values. We're set to launch in a few months and we've already secured funding from investors who respect not just the product, but the principles behind it. Looking back, Tyler's betrayal was one of the hardest things I've ever faced. But strangely enough, it forced me to grow in ways I never would have if things had gone smoothly. It taught me to be sharper, wiser, and more protective of what I create. Most importantly, it reminded me that resilience isn't just about bouncing back, it's about moving forward with clarity and strength. If you're out there building something of your own, here's what I want you to remember: guard your vision, surround yourself with people who earn your trust, and never compromise your integrity for shortcuts. Karma might take its time, but it always keeps the receipts.